Okay, so what we're doing is the budget planning. Now, some of you know, maybe I've mentioned it before, maybe I haven't, but this training is by a chap called Billy Jean, and he's in America. And what it is that I love about Billy Jean is his directness, and he's very much into marketing and sales. And I'm not somebody who's necessarily has been trained in marketing and sales. I've done some training courses around marketing, but I wanted to find something that was duplicatable, something that everybody can do. Now, the way that I've done that, let me just switch this off for a minute just to share with you what I've done so that you can put it into perspective. Let's see, I can't remember how to. It feels like it's been a while. Stop share. Okay, so what I'm doing, this is the plan. I haven't drawn it out, but I will do at some point. The intention is to be able to, when I'm looking at care as an example, then I'm looking at right across the board, and I might have mentioned it in the last video. I'm looking for people that care, people that are either offering a service or that they've got a product that they help to promote within the field of care. So we're looking at chiropractitioners, we're looking at healers, we're looking at massage therapists, hypnotherapists, we're looking at energy healers, we're looking at social workers, teachers, trainers, anybody who's involved in actual training of some description or offering a service, coaches, mentors, offering a service to people where there's human contact, human resources. And I really don't like that word, but people that are involved with human interaction. So that's the target audience. And so the target audience is that because I just thought that every one of us, if we're fortunate enough, we're going to get to the stage where we get old and we're in need of care. But unless we input services now to support those that are caring, then we're just going to have a really diluted, weak system. Nurses springs to mind, where people are overwhelmed, they are working so hard that they become exhausted and end up needing care. So I guess I'm trying to create something that maybe other people are out there and I will find them or they will find me. But I really want to put this directory of these services on the map. So these people that I see are facilitators of change. They are facilitating change and they are doing it on a small scale, maybe one-to-one with people offering services. My goal is to support those people, is to give them what they need. And many of those people need clients. Okay, so we've got these individual people here that are offering services to in the field of care, and they are going to these people. And so my goal is to how do we match those people up? How do we get those people? So if you're looking for a chiropractor, if you're looking for a therapist, if you're looking for a physiotherapist or a psychotherapist or a social worker or a teacher, if you're looking for any of those people, then it's about how do these people match up with that. So that's marketing. So it's about how do we learn to, how am I going to learn to market? And Billie Jean offers a really good service of doing that on Facebook. Now, I've not been involved in doing adverts on Facebook or anything like that. So I'm kind of doing a bit of I'm mixing and matching, but I'm trying to stick to the program. But unfortunately, I don't always do that. I like to do my own bit of creative source on it. So I'm taking the fundamental basics from Billie Jean over a 30-day training. And the first thing that he looks at is the budget. What budget? Now, that in itself is fantastic. So let me share the screen now that I've explained that. So let's obviously, sorry, just need my old glasses. So let's see, we're going to share the screen. Okay, so Billie Jean talks about this budget planning, which I think is absolutely fantastic because straight away in marketing, it's very different from working with people. Straight away, it's like, what figure do you want? Now, every single one of us that offer a service don't necessarily do it for the money. So this is a service that we can do for the money because it's about how do we help somebody market? How do we help to cut their costs for marketing whilst they're busy doing the practical work? That's something that a lot of people who are in the service field don't know how to do. So it's a really good skill to be able to offer somebody. It's also a really simple skill that I would be able to teach, which is why I'm doing these videos. So that then as you're watching these videos, you can learn how to do this. And then you can set your space up to be able to offer that And maybe we do it as a collective, maybe you do it as independent. It's up to you. But the intention for me is to give you, is one, to provide for myself. So to show how I can do this within 4 to 6 weeks of creating this agency to provide services, clients to organizations, to people, to services, to products, to make that link. And showing you how I'm doing it is so that you know, yes, I have got an internet presence, it's albeit very small, but it isn't necessarily about doing this direct work. So this is completely fresh, completely new, which is why I'm starting it now. I'm actually a few days late, quite a few days late actually, about 30 days late. But I started the program on the 3rd of September. We're now at the end of September. But obviously in between that time, my friend passed away, and I just had so many things that I needed to do, move some animals along, move myself along. We all moved home at the same time, and that was mid-September. So I am quite actually early starting this now because I wanted to wait a little bit longer, but I also wanted to just get stuck in to show you as well. So the first part of the training is that he helps us to create a budget plan. And I love that because I think as a carer, all my expenses were part of my exchange. So part of me looking after my friend, the exchange was to have a roof over my head, to have food on the table, and to have a very small carer's allowance. So all that's gone. So now I've replaced that very, very temporarily, and now I need to generate the money to be able to create some income so that I can actually live a more fuller life, because I feel like I've been in quarantine for about 6 years, um, which is probably about right. So when it comes to inputting our income and expenditures, it's going to show that on the column on the side below. So it's basically we're doing an actual and a destination budget plan. So it means where you are actually now and then where you want to be. I've got an idea of where I want to be, much clearer than where I am now in many ways, because there isn't much in terms of incoming and outgoing at this moment in time. So it says let the sheet calculate the difference between the two. So that's what it does, and then you move along to these tabs. So you can see here that's the instructions. So we're going to go to the budget plan on here, budget planner. So we click the second page, and you can see here. And again, these are all going to be something that we're going to work on together. So it's not something to worry about. So what it does, it shows you, and I'm not too sure why that's not showing us the whole of the thing, but maybe because we need to go along, but I'm not sure where we go along. Maybe it's because it's a bit. So basically, let's have a see. Sorry, there we go. So there we go. We go across here. So what happens is it's got all your expenditures, or your income, or your expenditures, fixed ones, monthly ones, and then at the end, what you've got. So some of these figures could be no. So for instance, the total monthly income as an employee or an employer, we click on there, and mine is going to be 0. So I don't get anything from an employer. Business sales income from your own business. Again, very little. It's going to be monthly. So I would say about, on average, say about £300. So that's really, that's making it really low. It's showing just how much it's in dollars. So maybe that's $300. That's not $300. It'll be a little bit more. Let's call it $500. Okay. And then monthly. So these are 0. Rent, car payment 0, insurance is 0, electricity is 0. Now, obviously, these are not accurate because they have to be paid by somebody, and currently this is just how it was. So it's really highlighting. The phone bill, it was about the same. Student loans, don't have any of those. Health insurance, don't have any of that. Childcare, groceries. So is that monthly? So we'll call it £100. So it's about £200. $200. Okay, and then it says gas per car. Yes, I mean, obviously, as many of us know, we don't have much of a life when we're caring. So gas for car, nothing, nothing for drinks, and yeah, nothing entertainment. I don't do anything like that. My only entertainment would be the internet, and other would be zero. I think actually that's not true because I think other would be outgoings would be about $100. We'll call it on supplements. Okay, so total expenditure is 350 and 150 savings. Oh yeah, because that's actually on other things. So monthly discretional things would be things for the business, which are constant. So we've got, let's have a look. So we'll call it, it's not the internet and cable. So it's more for business really. It's not really showing us that. So expenses from the business, we'll call it internet and cable, is about 100. Okay, so then it says the savings would be about 50. Okay, and then we move over to here. And it says the difference. Okay, so what kind of budget? So I'm going to leave the destination budget at the same because I think $15,000 is about $10,000 each month. What would it be? Again, I'm just going to leave these in for the mortgage, 3,000, car payments, 500, electricity. I'm just going to leave those in as an example. Yeah, gosh, it would be great. I don't think entertainment and Netflix would be the same, but I'm just going to leave those in at 7,000. So the expense will be 7,000 and the savings will be 7,000. So it says here that the monthly actual summary 500, 350 expenses, 100 discretional, 50 savings, and here 7,000 savings. Okay, so that's part two completed. Part three, how many sales do we need? So it's showing here in the blue cells the input of the sales that are necessary to find how much you should charge them. So you can see here that per client you could charge about £3,000 depending on the work that we're doing, but that's going to come. So I wouldn't want to be charging somebody £3,000 because I just think that's not the market that I'm going for. My budget is still the same as 15,000. But if I wanted to charge my clients, I would charge them. So again, we're talking dollars. That's like 1,500. So if we chop that down to like 500, which would be about $1,000. So we put in there 15 clients. Let's see if that changes to 15 clients. I don't know why it's not calculating that. So we divide 15 into that. They would be charging. If you already have a price point, then input the price. We don't have a price point, so I'm saying that we're going to go for about 1,000. So that means 15 clients. So we need 15 clients that are going to pay about £500 a month for the services that we're going to provide. And the services that we're going to provide are giving them clients or helping them with clients who are going to buy their services. So they increase the services, generate more income so that they've got the funds to be able to afford. So that's currently my first thought. So we might come back to that. But that's a really good exercise. I'm just going to save that, and it's going to probably tell me what I want to save it as. And it's the genius plan. So I shall see you. I think this is just part of day one. I shall see you in the next video.